Basically saying like we knew he was a dog, but we didn't know he would be this level of defender. When did it kind of click for you that he can make a high impact, at this level?
Yeah, it's something we've been, watching the last year plus with him, just, trying to put him in situations to take on tough defensive assignments, especially last year when he got his opportunity with the hustle. This year, the last year and a half, a lot of it's been play groups, obviously, just with injuries or whatever it been the last 2 years. Didn't get a lot of showcased opportunity, but then, the great thing is he and I talked at the beginning of the season about his goals and motivations to crack the rotation this year. And what it's going to take, it's going to, be the defensive side of the floor, locked in on game plans, learning personnel tendencies, but coming out with that edge that he plays with every single night. And I think one of his first opportunities was at Dallas a couple of weeks ago, and just, the game plan execution, the physicality on the ball, something that we've been striving for as a team, seeing him kind of take on that challenge, being a disruptor on the ball, being locked in on, a certain assignment was, really impressive. And we just continue to challenge him game after game. He's been guarding some of the top elite guards, in this league, and got a lot of trust, even just a short amount of time, knowing the history, what he's, showed behind the scenes and play groups, but even at the G League level, but seeing him doing it consistently is the big things I'm challenging him with. And he's relishing the opportunity, doing the homework, learning guys, understanding where he can make his mark in 94 feet.
John.
Yeah, I'm just curious, with Ja back, does that make it easier for you with your rotation to get to some other guys who are kind of low usage, not shot creators, because you got him back? I'm thinking mainly of JD and X, I guess, but I'm just curious about that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think having Ja helps a lot in a lot of factors. Rotation-wise, we're not changing our system defensively, but obviously what we're trying to accomplish offensively from, creation standpoint and transition and what we're calling our second gear, kind of that middle of the road, possession, execution. I think he's, doing a phenomenal job, elevating us in that department. Other guys have had to kind of, embrace the usage and that responsibility, and hopefully it carries into them getting more of a comfort role, for sure, moving forward, whether it's guard play or big play. But obviously he definitely unlocks a lot for us, and, with all these, wings that we have, being able to be secondary creators, we still need them to be able to develop, with that, obviously understanding that Ja, Dez, Jaren are going to create a lot of our offense for us and embrace our responsibility, and hopefully the first 25 games allows them to settle into more of a comfortable role for sure.
Taylor, back to Vince for a second. Are you pleasantly surprised that he doesn't get overwhelmed? I mean, he's even keeled and he's the same demeanor regardless of whether he was in play groups and not playing and starting alongside the frontline guys.
Actually, not surprised. I mean, I love when I'm seeing more just of how he's competing on the floor, but his demeanor and the emotion that he plays with is very much who he is even off the floor. Just he goes about his work, goes about his business. He's got this even keeledness to him, but when it's time to compete, he unlocks it, but still doesn't get phased. No highs, no lows with him. He's demonstrated that for the first year and a half, so not surprising there. Going to keep him to it because he's carrying a lot of responsibility for us. Defensively, want to challenge him more, and he's really embracing him.
With a few guys out, Marcus, how's he doing, now at this point? Luke Kennard as well. I think it's been a while since we asked you about him.
Yeah, Marcus is, I think, at the final stages. He had one play group this morning, really responded well, looked good. Obviously, getting his game legs is probably the next thing, but I think everything's feeling good with the foot. So we're hopeful, next game that he's available to go. And then Luke, is doing more half-court games right now. Hopeful that he gets into some 5-on-5 play next week. And then it's, hopefully by the end of the month, we could see him back in the rotation, hopefully.
Hey, Tim, is it true that you and Quinn Snyder together in Austin effectively ended the playing career of Darvin Ham? Is that true?
I came the year after Darvin was on that Toros roster, so I don't think so. He's a player at heart. Darvin's doing an unbelievable job as a coach for the Lakers, so happy for him. But many special memories with Q in Austin. He still is a mentor to me. Taught me so much about the game of basketball, player development. But hopefully, we definitely did more good things with the players that we worked with.
Anything else?
Another defense question for you. I know those. You
Sure.
like those a little bit more. With Ja in particular, it sounds like a lot of the guys basically saying when he was out, he was really emphasizing, that side of the floor. In those practices, what did you notice effort-wise? What's different, I guess, defensively about what you're seeing from him?
Well, first off, just urgency with his communication was something I saw. Obviously, being on the sidelines, what he was doing, talking with his teammates, for the first 25 games. when he's in the practices, when we're executing drills, knowing that he's not the one stepping on the floor, those first 25, just trying to continue to elevate, our connectedness on the defensive side of the floor. We know what our standard is, but we were struggling early on, and been challenging the guys to really embrace that, communication level that's needed to push each other. But then he's coming with an urgency just with his on-ball pressure. I've watched film, talked about that when he's locked in, just keeping guys in front, moving his feet, lateral quickness, using his hands, making winning plays off the ball that may not show up in the box score. Is it just making sure your guy doesn't get the rebound? It's rotations. He had some big winning plays at the end of the New Orleans game, not just offensively but defensively. So I think he's been taking that to heart. He knows that's an area that we continue to challenge him to get better in, and when he can be a tone setter for us and embrace that responsibility, not just offensively but defensively, becomes that complete player, and then the team responds.
All right, thanks, Taylor.
Great, thanks everybody, appreciate it.